Okay, just had a package show up here today from Tech. They were kind enough to send me a pair of clamp-on pallet forks that go on the bucket of your loader. I just got the package here in the shop, and I have not opened it up yet. I'm going to go ahead and get the camera turned around, and we'll go ahead and get it unboxed and see what they look like. Well, first off, I noticed on how good a shape the box is in. I mean, it's not smashed up at all. No holes. Oh, it's heavy. It's really heavy. No holes, nothing is torn up. So that is always a good sign. Gotta get this cut open here. They have the strap in the box, so that's always nice to make sure it does not fall apart. Okay. Moment of truth. Assuming I got all the tape cut. And there they are. Those are already looking nice. Well packed. Got the foam in there. Let me go ahead and get this camera set up here on the tripod, and I'll get these pulled out of here. These definitely are heavy. Well, I got the pallet fork slid on here and just tightened down by hand. I have this support here, and according to the photos on the website, they have this where it slides on the ends of the forks here and comes all the way down into there. Now I guess that gives you some support, so now your forks cannot move in or out in either direction. However, I don't really know why they have that down here, because you're going to be losing this much space on your pallet forks. And if I grab a tape measure here, that comes out to nearly 5 inches of space lost. And you're going to want as much space further back as you can, because the more weight you have out on the tip of the forks, the more stress you're going to be putting on your bucket and your machine. So here's what I have thought up, and I don't know how correct this is, but if I pull this off here, and if I put this up here, like so, now that's going to give you your same support. The forks are not going to move apart or together, and it's going to free up 5 inches of space here on your forks. And I don't know why it would really make a difference, rather if it's up there or down here on the forks themselves. So I'm going to give this a try. Maybe it's totally wrong, maybe I messed something up, but I like the looks of this here way better. And I can even still get a chain put into here. However, I wanted to go over these forks here real quick and just take an overall look at how they're built. And so far, I'm impressed with the welds on these forks, as you can kind of see there. So that's always a good sign of decent quality, if all the welds look good. One kind of a small minor thing is kind of stupid, but in my mind, I like that these warning stickers, they actually peel off, and they do not leave behind sticky residue that's there forever. I don't know, in my mind, that's a point for me, because I hate having these half warning stickers stuck on and you can't get them off. And then the welds here on this side, they look just as good what they do on the other. So I'm going to go ahead, get these tightened down. Then I'll go ahead and get a chain hooked up. They have a slot here to hook a chain and then go up and over the back of your bucket. You want to make sure you put a chain of some sort on there because you do not want all of that weight on the tip of your bucket because you will bend your bucket over time. So using a chain support or come along or anything to support it is always a great idea. So I'm going to go ahead and get these tightened down. It just has a handle here with a nut on the bottom. And it works well if you just take a crescent wrench and you can just stick this onto your handle for better leverage to get this tightened down. Once that's tightened down, you can go ahead and get the nuts tightened up down here. And then tighten up all 3 bolts right along here. And then I should be able to go ahead and put my chain supports on and we should be ready to go. Okay, got the chain installed here on the bucket and the forks, and I just hooked it to the chain hooks they had here and then to the hooks up in top of the bucket. I actually don't have an actual hook, so I just always hook my chains onto these here. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but they haven't broke yet. This boomer I use is way overkill. And if you had something smaller, I recommend using something smaller. I'd probably get something smaller myself here later on time, but this is just one I had on hand. And the forks seem really stout on here. When I stick my foot on there, the whole machine bounces. The forks don't seem loose. Looks like they'll hold on there. I'm going to get this old tractor fired up and we'll go out and get them tested and see on how they hold up. Well, I've been using these pallet forks here for a couple of days now, and they've been holding up great. I haven't had any issues with them besides, your minor paint and scratches. The yellow paint here on the edges didn't last long, but that really didn't matter. I looked them all over, didn't see any cracks, no broken welds. They are not bent, and neither is my bucket. It couldn't be straighter. And I really think that is due to the chains I have going from the forks up to the top of the bucket to help support and not put all this pressure on the edge of your bucket. So I really think that's important with attachments that go onto your bucket like this, is to make sure it's well secured and it takes some of the load off of the cutting edge, because I've seen so many old farm tractors where the bucket's completely bent down, and that's wise because people use hay spikes and stuff to go on the buckets, and they were not properly secured. And I'm also really happy with how the brace worked up top here instead of having it down onto the forks like what the photos showed on the website. I really don't know why they had the brace on the forks themselves, but up here it seems to work great. Had absolutely no problems at all. These forks stayed on the bucket. They never came loose. They're still tied on there. Probably took the tractor over to knock the forks off. So I didn't have any problems with them coming loose or anything like that. So I really have absolutely no complaints with them. This is not going to be the last time you see these on my channel. I have some ideas for them here in the future, so be sure you stay tuned for all that. Big thanks again to Yentatech for sending these to me, and this video would not have happened without them. So really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, check out my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.